Well, I'm not doing this for me, nah, I'm doing it for him, cause he is greater than I, cause he is greater than I. I'm not doing this for me, nah, I'm doing it for him, cause he is greater than I, cause he is greater than I. I lift my hands in the air as I worship and praise him, allaying my petitions at his feet and amazed at the ways he took these burdens straight off my back. As a matter of fact, while I was getting attacked with the stress and the trials and the tribulations coming, nowhere for me to hide, but I was always running from my problems, you see, cause my eternity wasn't written, it was spitting in my lyrics, but it really wasn't hidden in my heart with the word. Everything so disturbed when you're speaking out the truth, yeah, you just struck a nerve. And if God is really real and forgives me of my sins, if grace is a gift, tell me where do I begin? My salvation's in him, so I give it to Christ. He wiped away my sin and gave me new life. Resurrected on the third day, he rose for me, and according to the scriptures, that is he. Well, I'm not doing this for me, nah, I'm doing it for him, cause he is greater than I, cause he is greater than I. I'm not doing this for me, nah, I'm doing it for him, cause he is greater than I, cause he is greater than I. And if prophecy is right and the end is inside, Jesus said I'm coming straight like a thief in the night. So be prepared and aware, don't ever try to compare to the prince of the air, because the power's not there, it's in the name of Jesus. So stay suited and booted. When you're digging in your word, you'll never be uprooted. From Genesis to Revelation, everything in between, I'm written the Lamb's book of life, if you know what I mean. Well, I'm not doing this for me, nah, I'm doing it for him, cause he is greater than I, cause he is greater than I. I'm not doing this for me, nah, I'm doing it for him, cause he is greater than I, cause he is greater than I. I gird my waist with the truth, oh can't you see? I got the breastplate of righteousness for you and me. I shod my feet with the gospel of peace to never cease, cause I'm fighting this war, and I truly believe that God has got my back. So I'm ready to attack with the sword of the spirit. I put the devil on his back, grab my shield of faith and get ready to react. Put on the helmet of salvation, cause I'm ready to pack on the full armor of God, oh can't you see? Cause we're fighting against powers and principalities, and he is greater than I and he resides in me. I said he is greater than I and he resides in me, cause I'm not doing this for me, nah, I'm doing it for him, cause he is greater than I, cause he is greater than I.
Jesus, I need you always. Jesus, I need you to stay. Jesus, I need you to come in my heart, Lord. Come in my heart, Lord, yeah. Jesus, I need you always. Jesus, I need you to stay. Jesus, I need you to come in my heart, Lord. Come in my heart, Lord.
Well, I was lost, but now I'm found. Got my feet up on solid ground. His love poured out with blood upon the cross, so grace abounds. Always wanted things I couldn't have. Always blaming problems on mom and dad. Anger, hate, and always mad. Love and joy was never had. A God-shaped hole in my heart from the beginning. Lies and deceit, yeah, nothing but sinning. Well, winning wasn't an option, I was adopting that theory. And clearly I be speaking, but God, can you hear me? I said, Jesus, I need you from the bottom to the top. Pour out your love, Lord, cause it will never stop. Down on my knees, asking you, God, can you please fill me with your spirit, put my mind at ease. I need you.
Jesus, I need you always. Jesus, I need you to stay. Jesus, I need you to come in my heart, Lord. Come in my heart, Lord, yeah. Jesus, I need you always. Jesus, I need you to stay. Jesus, I need you to come in my heart, Lord. Come in my heart, Lord.
Yo, it's really quite simple, almost elementary. All you gotta do is have some faith and truly believe. Ask Jesus in your heart, then you can perceive a total transformation. Watch the old you leave. It doesn't happen overnight, but it's a fight that we win. Ask the Lord to forgive you, take away all your sin. Jesus broke my chains, I'll never remain the same. So take aim to do the same and proclaim his name. I said, Jesus, I need you, and that is the key to open up the door for my eternity. It is written that you are the way, the truth, and the life. So Lord, give me your vision, your knowledge, give me your sight. I need you.
Jesus, I need you always. Jesus, I need you to stay. Jesus, I need you to come in my heart, Lord. Come in my heart, Lord, yeah. Jesus, I need you always. Jesus, I need you to stay. Jesus, I need you to come in my heart, Lord. Come in my heart, Lord.
I say there's only one way to the Father, and that is through him.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you are now rocking with the best podcast on the planet, the DL Connection. Yo, 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 yo.
Yo, 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 what's up, brother?
Can you dig it, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the show. It
My
is
DJ shirt.
August 31st, 2020, 7 p.m. You are tuning in to the one, the only, the DL Connection podcast. I am Lonnie Mefford, the L in the DL.
And I'm David, the D in the DL. Did I get it right?
No, you were like 5 seconds late, bro. But hey, you're getting like a little bit better. But anyways, thank you everybody for tuning in. We know you could be doing something else on a Monday night, but we appreciate you tuning in and sticking with us. We're going live on Facebook, live on YouTube. Please share, please like, please subscribe, please put in your notifications, all that good stuff that you do when you watch a YouTube video and a Facebook live video. Do what you got to do. Tune in. We appreciate your support. I hope everybody's doing blessed. Rosalie, hello, Rosalie. Good to see you. God bless you. How you doing today, Mr. David?
I'm doing good, bro. Just right here hanging out, excited. Been wanting to have our guest on for a long time. I heard his testimony with, remember Isaac? We had him on our show. Isaac interviewed our guest. Yeah, he interviewed our guest and has a powerful testimony. I'm been excited. So besides that, doing good, enjoying the heat. Everything.
Now you're enjoying the heat today.
Yeah.
Last week you were like all chilling in the cool air conditioner, throwing it in all of our viewers' faces. But today you're enjoying the heat.
Well, I'm joining that it's probably less. I guess what I meant to say is I'm enjoying the weather. Probably better way to say it.
Whatever you want to say it. Anyways, thank you. Hi, Aunt Jackie. Miss Michelle Mefford's on there. Ryan, hello to Ryan. We got Caesar. Isaac's watching. We got Caesar watching. We got a bunch of people tuning in. Patrick,
Jose Vasquez, Kim Bartlett, Fred Fernandez.
We definitely appreciate you guys all. And so tonight we have a special guest. Go ahead and introduce him, David.
Yeah, he's a friend of mine from back in my BC days. BC stands for Before Christ. And back in the neighborhood where I grew up, the city of Rosemead, South San Gabriel, and his name's Alex Carpio. His nickname from the neighborhood was Downer, and he has a powerful testimony he's going to share. And so we're going to bring him on right now, and we'll just bring him on, and you can listen from there. All right. Hey, Alex, how's it going, bro? Oh, hold on. I have him on mute.
I think you got him on mute. Alex, are you there?
I'm right here. You can hear me?
Oh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We hear you loud and clear, Alex. Welcome to the show. We are live.
Show.
Awesome. So how you doing tonight, Alex?
Good. Blessed. Thank God.
Except for that jersey.
Oh.
I'm a 49ers fan, so.
Oh, you are? Yeah.
I won't hold it against you, though, brother. I won't hold it against you.
It's the outfit I had ironed already, so I was in a rush, and I just threw it on.
It's all good, brother. It's all good.
Right on.
All right. Alrighty. So, Alex, just tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself to our listeners that don't know you.
Well, my name is Alejandro Carpio. I'm an ex-gang member. Today, I'm a certified gang prevention counselor and also a mentor. And there's a lot to say about myself. I don't know. Maybe you guys can ask me questions and I can cover it up with the questions you guys ask me.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. So you say you're an ex-gang member and you're a counselor to counsel gang members, I assume. Yes,
trouble kids, trouble youth, also gang members that I open their eyes on a lot of things that we can't see when we're actually out there dancing around with the devil.
Yeah, exactly. And so how did you get into that? Give us your story about how you became a counselor.
Well, I started with getting my information, I was looking at 16 years in prison, blind and twisted the way you guys see me today. And I was fighting 16 years in prison. And what happened was that I got my information about my disability in jail. These guys were acting like they were blind. They were not blind. They were just working the system. But I thank God that he introduced me to these people, because these people give me my information on my disability. And so when I was fighting 16 years, as soon as I got out, I went to use this information about my disability, and a lady who's been blind since birth started teaching me how to read and write, called Braille.
Okay.
You read with fingers and stuff. She's like curious to know how many questions I had for her, and I was like, you know what, I can't believe a lady's been blind since birth teaching me how to read and write. And she's like, you know what, you've been a leader for us here at this school called Foundation of Junior Blind. You motivate a lot of people here. Why don't you go see Father Greg Boyle at Homeboys Industry? So at the moment, I was like, you know what? I don't need a father to tell me about God when I died, he came back to life. I need somebody who's going to help me if I can get a job, because I'm tired of selling drugs and stuff. Well, she motivated me to go see this man by the name of Father Greg Boyle. And I started working at Homeboys Industry. Father Greg Boyle gave me a job as a motivational speaker. Also, I earned my own title there as a mentor. And what happened there, I got the opportunity to go to this school called Southern Counseling Center.
Okay.
And it was, a couple hours every Friday. And it was going to, what happened was that I asked Father Greg Boyle if I'm able to do these classes to meet while I work. And he gave me the opportunity. And that's how I got my certification as a counselor.
Oh, that is awesome.
And also, by the way, I also got paid going to school to get certified.
You can't hate that, right?
Nah, bro, it's a blessing. And it was a blessing, bro.
You said something right now that it's going to spark my next question, and I feel like I'm cheating because I already know your story, bro. Because I heard it through Isaac's interview with you, probably earlier this year, I think, when he put the video up. But people that are looking right now, obviously, they know you're blind because I put that in the post. I put how you got shot. You got blind. They can see the glasses and stuff. So I want to go back in time and kind of like share your story of how you became, up to where you are right now, but just kind of share your story from back, like where you grew up, and maybe right around a point in time where you can remember as a youngster starting to get into the neighborhood, or what led you into the neighborhood, and that kind of thing. So like start from, I don't know, when you were a little kid, and what drew you into the neighborhood and stuff.
Yeah, well, I grew up in the city of Rosemead, the South San Gabriel Valle, and what happened was that I grew up around Gary Park, and Gary Park was where a bunch of older homeboys used to hang out. My whole gang that is about Lomas. I remember when my older brothers used to hang out with these guys. I used to go to Dove School, so I used to go through Gary Park where these guys would play handball and stuff, and I go by them and they would tell me, you know what, you're gonna be the generation for Lomas. And it's funny though, I used to live right across the street from that park, so I'll run towards my house and flip them off and tell them I'll never be for Lomas. And I get inside my house, and I look out of the window, and my mom's like, "What are you looking at, Mio?" And she goes, "You better not be hanging out with those guys out there, and whoever died later on in the run, I'll become for Lomas." Yeah.
And so how old were you then? Like,
I remember, 5 years old, bro. 5 years old, to 9 years old, I was going to Dove School.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what was the first experience you had? Like how did you get, you got jumped into the neighborhood, right?
Yeah. Well, before I got into the neighborhood, there's a lot of different gangs who thought I was from the gang, and I wasn't, just because I walk around in the middle of the night or from school and stuff, and they were trying to catch some of these guys that they're looking for Lomas. They'll end up catching me, and of course I won't let myself get punked at that time, and they'll get off the car trying to jump me, and I'll end up defending myself. So by me defending myself, they always thought I was from Lomas, and I wasn't though.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. And so there's going to be a point in time where the homeboy said, "Okay, bro, you're going to get in, or you're going to get out, or what?" Like, how old were you then when you got jumped into the neighborhood?
I was about 15 something. I was from a crew called KGB at that time. It
Okay.
was a local crew that actually Lomas came at us and told us, you know what, you guys are getting too big. You guys are selling drugs in our neighborhood. You guys are gangbanging against our enemies. You guys got a choice: either become from our gang or you guys got to quit this. And at the time, I was like telling one of the homeboys who came in and told us all this. I'm like, why would we even approach us with that? You know, with those words, knowing how I am. That homeboy of ours told us, you know what, Alex, all these rival gangs, you think you're for Lomas. Why don't you just become Lomas? And at that time, at the moment, it sounded, sounded like great at that time. So I told him as soon as I was ready, I'll come to them. And that's I ended up becoming for Lomas because either we break off KGB and become Lomas if we continue to gangbang. And I thought it was something it grew out of out of my own heart that I choose to become for Lomas from the age of 15.
Okay. And when I think about guys getting involved in gangs, I mean, I know myself, my story, but what were some of the things that you think led you to be part of a gang? I mean, was it just living in the neighborhood, being across the street from Garvey Park? I mean, how was your home life, parents, that kind of thing?
Anger, bro. Anger had to do a lot with it. Anger with with a dad that my dad used to be whatever he said had to go. And so that was one of the biggest problems, having a lot of anger towards my dad. And not only that, these guys who were trying to punk me out on the streets. So that anger that I had at home, when I get in these fights with all these guys who try and jump me or trying to punk me, it felt good. And it was a thrill for me. So that's what pushed me to start, you know what? Well, I should just, it felt good, just hitting somebody. It was crazy though. It was like a thrill for a minute. It became a thrill actually. Became a thrill after a while. And then, because actually my mom would say like, "Why are you always fighting out there?" And I'm just being with a smile on my face. And she's like, "Why you smile like like there's nothing happened to you?" And I'll be bruised up, right? But in my head, I was like, "Wow, it felt good." But honestly, I was just letting out all that anger that I had at home, and besides that anger that I had started becoming, with all these guys who were trying to punk me out on the streets, thinking that I was from the nearest gang.
I think I think this was you. I think in the interview you did with Isaac, I don't know if I'm wrong, but you tell me if I'm wrong. Was it you that you said your dad was running drugs from TJ or something like that?
Yeah, we used to my dad used to bring drugs from León, Guanajuato, where my family's from. He used to bring different things. And he used to smuggle people over here. It's called polleros. So I seen all that since the age of 5. I seen all that, and he used to use me to smuggle guns to Mexico to his mobster friends.
Oh wow!
Yeah, imagine how much anger I had towards my dad, because I was born in LA, and then when I'll be out there with them, I'll be like, "What the heck am I doing out here?" You know what I mean? Why am I going through these cut fences, tunnels? Why is my dad having me through this? Well, it took me a long time to understand why my dad had me out there. It's because I was just chicken to come back to LA just in case we got caught.
Right.
Wow.
Oh wow.
And
you were still a youngster too, right? You were a youngster back then too, right?
Yeah, bro. I was 5 years old. 5 years old. Yeah.
Wow. So then you had all this anger. You were getting into fights. You said you got jumped into the neighborhood. About 15 years old or so. From that point, what kind of turn did your life take? What direction did it go in? What were some of the things you were involved in? What were you doing? How'd you get hooked up and all that?
Well, at that time I had homeboys. I mean, different neighborhoods shooting at me and stuff, but I never had nobody actually get shot right next to me. And that day that me and my homeboy Richard Leal were going to become from the gang, he got killed in arms. And
Oh wow.
now I got a dead homeboy. I seen people dead, but now I got one of my people dead in my arms with the bullet between his eyes. So just imagine that anger that I had since I was 5 years old. Now my anger, it just turned out even worse, but now in an evil way.
Yeah.
When I mean an evil way, I want to go out there and kill because his homeboy's dead on me. You know what I mean? As it is already, I was out there putting in work, but it wasn't the same thrill. You know what I mean? My thrill got beyond evil.
Wow. Wow. So you started gang banging, you started going into other neighborhoods, causing trouble, writing on the walls, all that kind of stuff, no?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I used to go and hunt my enemies, and yeah, thinking it was okay, thinking I was okay.
Wow. That's heavy duty. I mean, now you started getting into trouble, you started hanging out, you started gang banging, you started doing all that. I mean, when did you start going to jail, and what kind of experiences did you have there?
Well, I used to get in fights a lot in Dove School, elementary school, and it's because at that time I didn't know how to read and write. My dad used to take me out there to Mexico for 3 or 4 months, so I missed a lot of my school. So when I'm learning how to read and write, my dad, come on, let's go to Mexico. We gotta go. And so I missed all that time. So when I come back from Mexico, what happened was that it seemed like the teacher used to like to pick on me and would tell me, hey, how you spell cat? How you spell can? And I didn't know how, bro. And other kids would just like laugh about it. Well, I always grew up around grown-ups, so I never had the opportunity to be a kid. So when them kids would laugh at me in class, I would get up and excuse my language, what's so funny, and I rushed them kids who made fun of me. So the age of 9, I got introduced to Temple City Police Station because the school didn't know what to do with me, and they decided to I guess to scare me straight. But that scared me straight got me worse, got me more anger, more hate, and that was my first time I ever went to a police station from the age of 9.
How'd you feel going in there at such a young age?
Mad, bro. I used to be in this cold cell, right? And deputies would go by and tell me, oh, you know what, you're gonna get molested if you keep on fighting. All these things that's going to happen to me if I'm in jail. And at the time, at the moment, I would look at the deputies going by, laughing about it, more anger. I would make a fist, and I'd just say, man, I wish I could go through them bars and hit them, right? But my beautiful mom, as soon as I start thinking evil like that, my beautiful mom would put me out of jail. And then, so my mom would take me back home, and my mom would tear up and cry, and she's like, why you're always fighting me? And I'll stay quiet. I'll just keep everything to myself. So again, it got me worse. It got me more anger. I mean, my anger just kept going up and up instead of going just moving up steps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. I know when I was 9 years old, I was just I didn't have that anger. I wasn't, I didn't know anything about gangs. I didn't know anything about anything like that, bro. I was just like this young kid that was just, trying to do good in school, I guess, and just have fun with the friends, riding skateboards and bikes and climbing on the top of roofs and jumping off and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I was, I could imagine that some of the things that you're going through and stuff. And so you're going to jail, you have anger issues, you're getting into fights, people are jumping you get jumped into the neighborhood. I know one question I had was, so they called you Downer. How'd you get that name, Downer?
That day that I decided to come from the neighborhood, we went to a spot where all the homeboys were at, and I let them know that I was ready, and so they decided to get supposedly 4 of my homeboys to jump me in, right? Well, 11 guys were on me. When I noticed it, I wouldn't stop, and after we were done, the homeboys are like, hey, you got a nickname? I'm like, nah, man. I thought, you guys are the gang. You guys should give me the nickname, And then the homeboy Little Sneaks comes behind, running through the back from the crowd. So, man, that fool's Downer. And my homeboy Little Sneaks is the one who gave me the nickname, and everybody just stood shocked. And this guy, he should have that name. And I became Downer at that time.
Okay. All right. So you didn't even think about that. Someone else thought about it for you, huh?
Yeah, the homeboy little sneaks, because everybody was
Wow.
deciding what nickname to give me, and they thought I had my own nickname, and I told them I thought you were the gang. I mean, you guys are the gang. You guys should give me the nickname. You know me? But,
Yeah.
they're the ones who gave me the nickname, and that's how I became Downer.
Do you remember? Can you remember the first time you ever got a can of spray paint and wrote Downer from Lomas on a wall somewhere for the first time?
Yeah. I tried to. Matter of fact, it's funny what you just mentioned right now, because it just brought memories. I used a yellow spray can, bro.
Yellow.
Like, I got me a yellow spray can, and trust me, my writing wasn't good at all. But there I was writing all around the neighborhood, and a few homeboys are all like, "Hey, look at Downer," writing with the yellow spray can. I go, I had it in the garage. And I thought about putting the neighborhood. Of course, my writing wasn't good at all, but it was not good though.
Did you eventually graduate to like black spray paint or something?
Oh yeah, no, trust me.
Yeah.
Always making fun of me. Yeah, it sure did.
You better. At least you didn't use pink.
No, I got only yellow and red. Yeah. But after that, to be honest with you, the writing wasn't all that. I know I wasn't a good writer. So what I would do, I get spray cans and have some of the homeboys write better.
Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah. I remember one time down the street from my house, me and a friend were writing, spray painting on the walls.
Uh-huh.
It was a hospital, and it was the other guy, other homeboy, Drifter.
Yeah.
And he I don't know what he did. He drew like a spiral, like endless circle lines or something, a spiral or something. Well, the cops end up busting us, and as we're going by the wall, the cops were looking at the wall, and they started clowning on us, and they were clowning on the homeboy, and they were calling him Picasso. You know who Picasso is, right?
Yeah.
Picasso, because of what he was trying to draw on the wall. It didn't make no sense. I think he was high or something that time, and they were clowning him with that, bro. So yeah. Oh man, it was funny. Yeah. So then how did life go from there? What were some of the things in your life that just kind of took you deeper and deeper?
Well, as soon as I got this nickname Downer, everything felt good. You know what I mean? Having all these homeboys around me. More. It was more homeboys than KGB. You know what I mean? KGB, we got as deep as 80-something homeboys, but now we got more than 100 more. We got a lot of other homeboys in Lomas, so it felt good. But whoever thought that this nickname they gave me, I'll have problems.
Oh,
yeah. So that was another trip, because some of the homeboys were tripping on my nickname, and so now I'm like confused. What's going on? I thought I got into a family, and now my own family's trying to do me just because of my nickname.
Wow.
Yeah, so I had to go through trouble.
What was the trouble? What, I mean, is that something you can share?
Yeah, I got no problem. Like I said, I'm an open book. I had a homeboy they used to look up to in prison, and this so-called homeboy who, a lot of these youngsters look up to these shot callers. And what happened was that I went to put in work what I thought it was right at that time. And I went and dropped off the guns to one of the homeboys, and his brother's like calling from prison. He goes, "Hey, you know what? My brother wants to talk to you." So all the homeboys that I was with, the big homie wants to talk to Downer. I didn't look at it like, I never looked up to somebody like a big homeboy, nothing like that. I just kind of shocked and kind of confused. And when the homeboys were all talking about this big homeboy wants to talk to me, right? So I get on the phone, and this homeboy tells me, "You know who's this? You know who's this?" And I told him, "Yeah, I heard about you. What's going on?" He goes, "Well, I heard that they call you Downer." I'm like, "Yeah, they call me Downer." And he goes, "Well, you know what you got to do for that nickname?" I'm like, "What you mean? What I got to do for that nickname?" He goes, "You got to start downing our enemies." I'm like, "Well, I don't know if you know, I just came and dropped off the guns to your brother." And I did, and what I did, it came out of my heart, not because somebody told me. While this guy pressed the issue on, I had to pick up those guns if I wanted that nickname down there. I'm gonna wait up though. Then I just tell you that I just came from doing what I thought it was right to my enemies. Now you're trying to tell me I gotta go to keep this nickname if the homeboys give me this nickname. And I told him, nah, you know what? I told him I wasn't a punk. I wasn't I wasn't gonna go by what somebody tells me what to do. I'm doing what I'm doing because it comes out of my heart. This guy went buck crazy on it, and he started telling me, you know who I am, I'll kill you. And you know what? I just dropped the phone, told him I ain't no punk. Well, whoever thought this guy would send kites to some of my homeboys to actually do something to me. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
And so then so life goes on. You continue doing that. You started selling drugs too, right?
Yeah, I've been selling drugs since age 13. Age of 13. Yeah. I used to sell drugs when I used to be from KGB.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how I started. And from there, it just continued to sell drugs. And then not only that, I knew my dad's friends who got a lot of respect for me from, like I used to, when I used to be out there with my dad and stuff, I used to get really upset with my dad. So his friends are like, why you get all upset with your dad when he's trying to give you something? Because see, my dad was the type of guy who try to give me a gift and try to like cover up all the mistakes he's doing around me.
Right.
So what happened was that I'll jump off the car and tell his friends, off. And then when I noticed, I'll turn around and I go, man, my dad, thinking my dad is going to beat me up. And I turn around and look at my dad. He's with the smile on his face. Like, that's my guy, meaning that's my rooster. He loved that negative side of me. And so his friends like that side of me. And that's how I end up getting to know where to get the drugs from, guns. And that's how I started.
Wow. So then you're gang banging, you're involved, you're deep in there, you're hanging out with the homeboys and stuff. So did you just hang out primarily, like your hangout was Garvey Park?
Everywhere at that time. You remember we're everywhere. We used to have like 50 homeboys going from one side to another. We go from Garvey Park to to homeboy Cougars, so up in the hills. Mm-hmm. And if we go to Garvey Park, we go to Portero Park, or if not, Garvey Ranch. So we're out there in the streets all day, all night.
Yeah, I remember Potrero Park. We used to play handball. Remember the handball courts there?
Oh, sure do.
Yeah, we used to play handball there. We'd have our meetings there, even at Garvey Ranch Park.
Correct.
And hang out. I don't know if you remember Garvey Ranch Park. There was this like it was like I don't even know how to describe it. It was like a wash or something, some kind of like cement, if I remember right, a cement thing. And I think there would be like these devil spray painting things on there. And we used to think, the devil worshippers would go there. Do you remember anything like that?
In the middle, to be out there in the middle of the night, yeah. They started because I remember at that time they used to say what is it called? They would say a bunch of things up there like that they would do in the middle of the night. And I remember that. I was one of the homeboys who experienced that out there with you.
Oh man. So how old are you?
Right now I'm 46.
Oh, so I'm 47, bro. You're just a year younger than me.
Yeah, I just turned this month.
Oh, okay. So right. Happy birthday.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
You didn't invite us to the barbecue, bro. What's up with that?
I know.
You know what, to be honest with you, with this problem with this coronavirus and all that, it's just like I want to do something for my birthday, but it went by so quick that everybody's always they want to hang out. They want to hang out. Who you can invite, and just got to be careful nowadays. I guess you know what I mean.
Yeah. So and I gotta apologize for this because when I got in contact with Isaac, he started telling me about some of the guys from back in the day that are getting right with God and going to church and they're doing good things for the Lord and stuff. But I remember you, but I don't remember you too much, bro. Do you remember me?
Yeah, dog, I do.
Yeah,
I do. Drifter and Tricky,
Yeah.
Bandit.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, Jerry and Jerry and Julio. Yeah, yeah, bro. Those are my two of my best friends at one time.
Yeah,
All right.
I remember the Homeboy Reckless was around you guys too. Like that was
Yeah.
like you're that was one of the crowds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember. It's funny though. I remember you good though. I still got you like. All my youngsters that I'm mentoring right now at the moment, they met you not that long ago with Isaac,
Yeah, yeah. Those four guys.
and they were telling me how you dress and stuff. You got hair to the side, and then they're like, he doesn't look like a gang member. You know, oh, you should have told him to take his shirt off.
No,
Yeah.
we don't want his shirt off. No.
Every time I take my shirt off, it stumbles Lonnie. He keeps staring at me, bro. I mean, he starts getting. All right, we'll just leave it like that.
Yeah, keep the shirt on. Keep the shirt on, man.
Well, you know, when I go get my haircuts, and you know, my barber, he calls my haircut. He calls it the undercover cholo.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what the youngsters told me. Like it didn't look like it. That's good though.
Yeah, I have glasses. I wear glasses too. So someone else told me that hadn't seen me in a long time too. They said that I look like a professor or something.
Yeah, that's what they told me too.
You look more like Where's Waldo.
Right on. All right.
Angel wants to know what your nickname was back in the day, David.
Oh, Downer. You can tell him, bro.
Veneno.
There you go. It means poison.
Yeah, poison in English and veneno in Spanish.
Yeah.
I thought it was maybe like vanilla.
Vanilla ice or what?
Yeah.
No, man. Yeah, so I really want to hear that story again, bro, of how everything went down that day that you got shot and lost your eyesight, bro. Can you talk us through that?
Yeah, of course. Well, this happened in 1994. That you know, at that time I just had got me a job in construction. So I used to I quit school from the age of 19. And what happened was that I begged my brothers to give me a job in construction. And what happened was that after begging them, you know, they give me the opportunity. But you know, the problem was that I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I don't know if you guys know what 1 foot in and 1 foot out means. Meaning I was going to work, but as soon as I got out of work, I'd go and crease on my clothes and give me a G-Ride and go gangbang, sell dope. And, you know, I'll make it back to the job site still with the hangover and park the G-Ride like a couple blocks away from the job site. And what happened was that my brother at that time is like, hey, you know, were you drinking? I go, yeah, I was drinking last night. Well, you smell like it. You know what? I can't have you in the job site. And, you know, he kicked me out of the job site. So I walked away from him. Didn't think of it. I just said, you know, I don't care. I got back in the G-Ride, went and put in work, and I had some ladies who wanted to spend some time with me and have a good time and stuff. And I told them, you know what? Yeah, it's been a while. We haven't kept in touch with each other. Don't worry, we'll go and hang out. And I got the money. Don't worry, you know, I have everything, right? Well, that day, you know, being with 1 foot out, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, gangbanging, doing good at work, but still out there running amok. I felt evil. I felt evil that night. And I had one of my neighbors who actually was giving me a ride. And I decided to leave my gun that day. I don't know for what reason. I felt so evil that night, but I said to myself, I'll be all right. And what happened was that we ended up going to the homeboy Cougar's house with these girls who they didn't want to party with none of the homeboys. I didn't buy it. Like I came out with an excuse to go pick up something from the homeboy Cougar's house, but it was just an excuse for, you know, because that was a hangout house. So that was an excuse where we can go pick up the homeboys. They can come and have a good time with us. As soon as I got there, the homeboy Cougar comes out yelling, telling me like, hey, there's a carnival going on. And this carnival is between my gang and my rival gang. And so I told the homeboys, you know what, these girls don't want to party and stuff, but just jump in the car and whatever car you guys got, let's go to this carnival. And to represent our gang, to let this, everybody know what gang, controls are on that area. So what happened was that as soon as I got there, I seen it was I don't know if you remember St. Anthony's and right there in San Gabriel.
Oh yeah. I went to those carnivals too.
Yeah, bro. So I told let's go, and as soon as we walked in, I see San Gabriel police right there. They recognized me right away. I got one of the girls, and I told her, you know what, just go along with me, that you're my girlfriend. And she's like, what do you mean? And I go, just go along with me. And the cops came up, what are you doing here, Carpio? And I was, you know what, I just got out of work. I had a paycheck in my back pocket. That was my second paycheck that I got from working. I told him, look, I got my check here. I'm just here because I never had spent time with my girl, so I want to take her and get in a few rides and buy a stuffed animal and go back home because I got to work tomorrow. Well, deputies believed it and told me to come in. Well, what happened there, all the homeboys, instead of doing what I did, grab one of the girls, they came in a crowd. And the homeboys are all telling me, why you guys let down in and not letting us in? So they yell out my name, Carpio, and I turn around and they go, is these guys your homeboys? And what I would do for my homeboys, say, yeah, there's my homeboys. Well, you know what? You got to get out of here. Well, something made me look in the corner of my eye, and I see these guys like walking around like, just banged out, like all dressed like as gang members. So instead of me going towards the cops and walk out of the St. Anthony's, I rushed these guys, asked them where they're from. Of course, they were not from nowhere. They act like it. They dress like it. Well, I had them take their shirts off and to see if they had any tattoos. I see the cops coming towards me. I ran again. And I noticed in front of the church, there was another gang member. And I approached him, told him, what was he from? Of course, he wasn't from nowhere. I did the same thing to him, and not even noticing that his mom was right next to him, crying to me, telling him, why am I doing that to your son? I told her, you know what, if you don't want nobody to go to your son like that, don't dress him up like that. Walked away from them. I seen these girls across the street where the Carlos Jr. is at. I don't know if you remember, Veneno.
Yeah, I remember that.
There was some girls right there at the payphone. At that time, we had payphones. Remember, we never had cell phones or nothing. So
yeah, that's old school, bro.
Yeah, I see some more girls there. So I wanted to go meet more girls, and I was doing I was crossing the street. My homeboy Cougar tells me, where are you going? They wanted to come along with me. I'm not. Just keep 10 girls busy. I'll be back. And what I did, I went across the street, got these girls out of the payphone, and my homeboy Cougar yells out, hey, downers. I turn around. He throws me initials of my rival gang, points at this one white Explorer. And I go, don't you see me? I'm busy. Rush them. And something made me look back towards where the homeboys are at, and the homeboys are barely crossing the street. I seen this white Explorer in a drive-through Carlos Jr. And my mentality is like, F these guys, right? So I told this girl who I got off the payphone, I'll be right back. And she pushed me back towards her, and this girl was crying, bro. Like, what's wrong with you? Why are you crying for? I don't want nothing to happen to you. I'm all, ain't nothing going to happen to me. And I would do for my gang. And what I thought I was right at that time, I pushed her off of me and went to where the truck was at, put my hands where the window goes down. And these guys, I had asked them, I went to the front window of the passenger side, asked them, where you want those from? And they stood shocked, bro. They stood shocked, like they knew exactly who I was. I knew exactly who they were. Actually, two of these guys, they were in that truck. They're the ones who introduced me to juvenile camps and juvenile halls. I had to beat these guys up in high school, and they took me to court. So they knew exactly who I was. And I kept disrespecting them, see if they'd get off the car. They wouldn't. I tried to open that guy's door. He locked the door on me. At the moment, at the time, I just laughed about it. Like, what's wrong with these guys, right? So I looked to the right, to my right, and looked to my left, and I see that guy in the back seat staring at me. And I went to his window, put my hands where the window goes down. What you looking at? Are you from this so-called, disrespecting their gang, their so-called status barrio, and just disrespecting them, hoping these guys will get off the car. And This guy just stood shocked looking at me. So I did a step back. After trying to open his door, he locked the door on me too. I did a step back, letting him know that I was down there for Lomas. While this guy opened his mouth, his eyes, he ducks. What I did that step back forward and put my hands where the window goes down. And I looking at this guy, what he was doing. He was grabbing the gun from the driver's seat. He cocks it. I put half of my body to see what he was grabbing, and inside the truck. So when he turned around and cocked that gun, he put it in my face. I was so close to that guy, he almost kissed me. So that guy's shaking. I had the gun in my face, and this guy like this shaking. And to this day, I still remember that clip rattling my gun. Seconds went by. I said to myself, if I run, I'll be known as a punk, because I live as a nobody. My own homeboys got the same gangster mentality as me. They'll kill me if I run. What am I going to run? I ain't no punk. I don't live on. I rushed them, yelling out Lomas. That guy threw himself in the back seat, and all I remember him go, boom. I shot on my head, shot on my neck, shot on my arm. I see myself dead on the floor. I was like this, with this eye hanging out and this eye popping out. I see myself dead on the floor, bro. Yeah, so that's how I ended up getting shot, and my spirit came out of my body. And I remember seeing myself on the floor, and I said the F word, and I try to run towards the church, and my homeboy Largo, rest in peace, who just died a year ago, came towards me, and I yelled out his nickname, "Hey Largo," and I thought he was gonna hug me, and my spirit just went through his body, bro. Wow. And then I said the F word, and what the heck just happened, you know? I looked back towards the church, and above the church, it was like very cloudy, and I started walking towards that way, and it was the homeboy. I don't know if you remember the homeboy Gordo, rest in peace. Mm-hmm. He just got killed 2 months before I got shot, and this homeboy lived right across the street from that Carlos Jr. And so I seen him, and I seen there was other homeboys around him, but I couldn't see their faces. I just see shadows of them. But the homeboy Gordo, he has green eyes. I seen what he was wearing. He was in front of that casket, just shaking his head up and down. I went around the brown casket, and I go, "Gordo, come here." Every move that I would do was so wicked that he came to my ear, and I told him, "Gordo, I thought you were dead." He swung back. He swung his arm, pointed at this brown casket. I follow his chest, follow his arm, follow his finger where he was pointing at. As a matter of fact, the homeboy Gordo got shot 3 times in his chest. He had no holes in his chest when I seen him. So I looked at what he was pointing at, and there was a brown casket. And to be honest with you guys, there was a body in it. I let go of his hand, and my punk ass walked away from my best friend. I want to be honest with you guys. I was never scared of anything. There's so many times I got shot at, but I never got hit. And this time I'm walking away scared. And I thank God that I got scared, because that's why I'm still here. I believe that's the reason why I'm here. By me walking away from my best friend. Half of my body went to this darkness, and that wicked noise was so wicked that I'll make a fist. And I said, "Gordo, that is Gordo." And I follow that noise, and I shook my head to the right-hand side, and my whole body got sucked into this darkness. And of course, I made the fist again, because the noise was so wicked. And I heard a lady yell. She said, "Relax." And I'm calling her a bunch of bad words. "Who are you? Where am I at? I'm in pain. I just see my dead homeboy. I just see myself dead. Be this and be that." Wow. After I took a quick breather, and I pay attention to her. She's like, "Alex, if you feel me touching your left leg, to move my index finger." I finally did it. She's, "Oh my God, doctor." Doctor runs in, tells me the same thing as her. I told him the same thing I told her. "Who are you? Where am I at? I'm in pain." He's walking away from me, and I heard like 3 steps, and somebody looked back at you, and he said, "Alex Carpio, it's unbelievable. You're alive." I told him, what do you mean I'm alive? I just told you, I see myself dead. I see my dead homeboys. I'm in, saying the F word. I'm in damn pain. He walked away from me saying it's unbelievable. And here I am in front of you guys today. I came back to life and life support with the machine. I don't know if you guys can see my scar here.
No, not really. I can't.
It was already here. It was a scar. And it was pretty good. It covered pretty good. They had me in life support with the machine, and so all that time I was in the hospital, it was crazy, bro. I thought I was, what happened was that doctor, my family go visiting me. I'll hear everybody's voices, but nobody hearing me. I can hear myself clear in my head, but that's what happened. I ended up getting shot and lost my vision. The doctor told me that if that hole in my throat doesn't close, that I probably won't ever be able to talk again. And thank God it closed after a while. When I got out of the hospital, my doctor told me to go see a social worker for SSI, that she was going to help me for my needs and my disability. Well, at that time I used to wear size 54 pants. It wasn't because I was fat. We used to dress back then. And I didn't even think about it, bro. I just threw my 54s on, a white tee, and my bald head, my patches on my eyes, patch on my throat. And I went to see the Social Security lady from SSI, and this lady came up and approached me with $300 check, and she told me, Alex Carpio, the reason it happened to you because look at you, and walked away from me, bro. Of course, I started yelling at her, cussing at her. I could care less about this money. I need help. I'm damn blind. But you remember, guys, I said I couldn't talk?
Mm-hmm.
My sister put me away, went back home, sad and depressed and very upset. And whoever thought my homeboys would come and bring me a gun, I mean, I'm thankful for that, for these homeboys who used to follow me in a negative life, and they used to look up to me in that way. Brought me a gun, brought me a sack of dope. As soon as I had the gun in my hand, I was kneeling down. I cocked the gun, jumping up, saying, let's go. I guess I yelled out so hard. I put so much pressure in my throat. My homeboys tell me, hey, you blind F this and that. Did you say let's go? Finally, someone heard me say a word, bro, and I smiled. And I told him, I noticed if I put pressure in my throat, I was able to talk a little. And my homeboys are like, what you mean? I go, let's go back to our enemies. He's like, I told him what gang. And are you crazy? You're blind. I started walking with that gun in my hand, pushing, pressing the patch on my throat. I'm putting pressure on it. And I told these homeboys, does it look like I'm playing my vision? And then they go, relax. They said, you crazy, F this and that, blind. They told me some F words, and they say, blind guy, you know what I mean? Are you sure about this? I go, yeah, I'm sure. I'm going to put a cowboy hat on you guys, cowboy hat on me, some tight pants, and we're going. You won't believe it. We did it. We did it. Yeah. Guys, I went to back to my rival enemies. Of course, I never hit the right person.
That is right.
It's sad, bro. It's sad because on this dumb belief, dancing with the devil, thinking we're doing right. The homeboys told me where they're at, and of course, I told these guys, look, if we're gonna approach these guys, tell them we're looking for weed. We talked to them in Spanish. And, hey, these they called us spices. These spices want some weed. So as soon as I heard their voices, jumped off the car and I started lighting up, dog. I started getting the same rush that I did when I was able to see. And I went back to gangbang completely blind for 13 years. All because this lady judged me by my looks.
Wow.
Yeah. I went back to sell drugs, went back to gangbang. And yeah, I'm open for whatever questions, guys.
So where in that I mean, somewhere in there, I don't know, it could have been before, it could have been during that, or maybe after that time. But where was it when you started to feel like God speaking to you about, hey man, you got to stop doing this stuff, man. You got to get right. How did that work out?
Wow, man. You know what? God has been there, but I was so blind before I became blind, bro. You know what? I couldn't see it at that time because there's so many adventures that happened after getting shot. That happened to me, and whoever thought that the people that I would do or die for would put more scars in my body than my enemies. I got more scars on my own homeboys than my enemies. But of course, some of these guys took advantage of me being blind. And all these scars up here. My neck is from my own gang, well, not my own gang, some of these so-called homeboys of mine who did this to me. Because when I got shot on my neck, it's not because I when I got shot on my neck, I was still straight. When I was fresh out of the hospital, I was just blind, but nobody could even see that I was blind because I was straight. Now you can tell more, you know what I mean? Because I twisted on my neck and stuff. But yeah, so I started seeing it from my own homeboys who did this to me. And I didn't see this. Man, God has always been in my mind, in my heart. But having all that anger in me, it would block me. You know what I mean? Like, my mentality was, nah, these people did me dirty. I'm out there to get them. But I know God. I know God was with me. But I just, the enemy who's when I say the enemy is the devil, he always would whisper in my other ear, you know what, these fools did you dirty. You know what? How are you gonna do that? You're blind. These guys, you got to go back to these people. You got your neck is all twisted because I got strangled by my own homeboys, and I was already blind.
Wow.
This homeboy of mine came behind me, wrapped up a extension cord on my neck, and strangled me. And I remember I was floating. Like, I remember it was when I couldn't believe my own homeboy was doing that to me. That at that time we used to play around a lot, but I would pull the wire off my neck and I go, "Are you playing around?" And he yanked at me. I was like this, twisted, like, that's when I finally noticed that he wasn't playing. But it was too late though, because I was getting strangled, and I caught a quick breather, and I tried to fight him by then. But I remember hitting the floor, hitting my face in the floor. My body was numb, floating. Something fell off my shoulder, grabbed it, pulled it out. All this was ripped open, bro. My uncle left me dead in his own apartment, dead. I mean, he thought I was dead. And that's the reason why you guys see me all twisted, looking up and stuff, because of that, of me getting strangled.
Wow.
It's not because I got shot. Yeah. So after getting shot, I experienced a lot of accidents. And so what happened was that, my mentality was like to go back and kill this homeboy of mine who did me like this. Well, thank God, I went on a high-speed chase. I had a girlfriend at that time who, she thought I was going to go deliver drugs to my gang. And what happened was, in my mind, was to go to kill this homeboy who was still getting high on crystal meth. And a cop recognized me, and there I go. This girl tells me there's a cop coming, and because she had missed the house where I was going to get dropped off, and I told her bust a U-turn. She busted a U-turn, and she goes, "Oh my God!" I go, "What's wrong?" She goes, "A cop recognized you, and he's coming back." So I know my gang very good. I know every little alley. I know every little every backyard. So I told her, make a right here, make a left here. You won't believe this. I got away from that cop. But I was still so stubborn about wanting to put my point across to my gang that if somebody gets, because their excuse was this whole homeboy of mine was wigged out on crystal meth. It took me a while to understand that it wasn't it. He was high, but somebody must have told him to do this to me. And so what happened was I told this girl, make a left here. And she goes, "You're crazy. Let's go back home. I know, make a right here." I was so stubborn about it. A cop there was more cops in I told her, "Look, make a right in this next block." I don't know if you remember, but right there on Arroyo and Portero.
Oh, yeah.
So I told her, make a right there in Portero, and she goes, "Oh my God." I go, "What's wrong?" She goes, "A bunch of cops in the left-hand side. You want me to go straight?" I go, "You got your signal on?" She said, "Yeah." I'm like, "You know what? I'm done with this. I'm leaving this in God's hands." She said, "What are you talking about?" "Make that right." And of course, it's not right what I did, but I hit her though because she didn't want to listen to me. It wasn't right on me at that time, but I thought it was right. And I hit her, make that right. She made that right. Cops flying from everywhere. I'm flying with the 357 to jump out of the car, to shoot at these cops where I can get away, blind and twisted like this. I got away from the cops so many times being blind, but now this time I'm twisted. I'm jumping out of the car to shoot at the cops where I can get away. And I thank God for that girl who grabbed my arm, crying, freaking out like crazy. I slammed the door, put this 357 back in my waist. I told her, you know what? Just because my life is messed up, I'm not gonna mess up your life. Just don't tell the cops what's in my waist and what's in my pocket. Everything will be all right. I had dope in my pocket and a stack of hundreds. And besides the gun in my waist, cops came up. I put the music louder because she had sounds in her car. So I put the music louder. And cops, of course, came up. Don't you know you're in a high-speed chase? I'm sorry, sir. I'm blind. I can't see. Hey, you be I do everything on her. I go, you be this and be that. Why don't you tell me you're in a high-speed chase? I'm sorry, sir. I had the music loud. And then they go, they told me the F word. Aren't you down for Lomas? Yes, sir. They got more upset. Parole, probation? No, sir. They couldn't get me off that car. But they went around her, and supposedly they found a suspended license on her, and that was their excuse for me to get out of the car. So as soon as I got out of the car, they searched me. They found this 357 and stack of dope, stack of hundreds, and I was looking at 16 years in prison because of that, because of my priors of me getting busted with guns, and besides that, that gun that I got busted with and the drugs and the amount of money I had. So I was looking at 16 years in prison at that time.
And so you get arrested and stuff. So then how did God get you to a point where you just said, that's it, I'm done. I'm gonna do right with God and see what happens.
As soon as I got busted, I went to the county jail, and my mentality, I couldn't get along with my enemies. I couldn't. I used to beat up older homeboys of mine when they used to come out of prison, and I used to come out of a boot camp. You should know, but then we used to get locked up. We come out from working out and stuff. We come out pretty big from juvenile camps to juvenile camps, because juvenile house, they never had no weights on, on the yard. So, I was in Gary Park, and this older homeboys would say that they were smoking a joint or smoking a cigarette in the yard with one of the worst enemies that I'm over here shooting all day, all night. Mm-hmm. And then I was kneeling down, and I jumped up and beat the heck out of that homeboy. And he's like telling me, Downer, you don't understand. And you know what? I didn't understand, because I told him, no, the problem is I ain't a punk. I'm getting down in the juvenile camps and juvenile halls in these places. You're over here smoking a cigarette in prison with these guys. But you know what? The truth was there, but I didn't want to accept the truth because who I was, you know what I mean? That person who how could I put it? Like I said a minute ago, I wasn't a punk, so I thought that was the reason. It wasn't that. I just now I'm hitting the county jail looking at 16 years, and all these guys come and hug me, and I thought they were homeboys from my gang. So I tell them, hey, how do we know each other? Well, what homeboy are you from my gang? Oh, no, Downer, I'm not from your gang. I'm from Sangra. What? I rush them. Sangra is one of my rival enemies, and I rush them, and all these guys come at me and telling me I can't do that in jail no more. I can't do that in the county jail. And we got to stick together. And so right there and then, of course, I told them, I'm only from one gang. It's my gang. It's Lomas. That's it. Respect that. But a lot of these guys started pressing the issue on that. And what happened was, in the county jail, they kept sending me what we call torpedoes. Torpedo is like a soldier, you know what I mean? Like, they send their soldiers to talk to me. But these guys are sending me my rival enemies. So they'll come and try to convince me that we got to stick together, and I wouldn't buy it. That one of the guys tried to prove himself in the county jail and told everybody, you know what, Downer, if you're not a Southsider, you ain't nobody. That got me very upset, that I ended up rushing them blind and twisted like this, saying my nickname, telling them that I was Downer for Lomas, respect me, I respect you. Well, I got all these Southsiders on me, and besides that, the cops came behind me. You know what flashlight therapy is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I felt that behind me. I got hit with the flashlight. I was done, bro. I just remember hitting the floor. I was straight flat on the floor like this. The cops got me by my ankles, bro. You know, the cement in the county jail was pretty rough in there. You know what I mean? Where you walk at walkways, they're dragging me. I'm beat, bro. I am beat. It just dragged me to the hole, threw me in the hole, and then I crawled myself on top of the bunk, and this is where God came to me. I put my head down. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. When I put my head down, just tears dropped them, from out of my eyes. And I jumped up and I go, man, if I ain't a Southsider, I ain't nothing. I lost my vision from my gang for this. And then I got tattoos. Oh, my homeboy, I got Gordo, rest in peace, in my arm. Homeboy's tattoos, rest in peace on my back and my legs. I'm like, man, all these homeboys who died for the water for this. Some of the homeboys got a disability. I got the homeboy tooth, he has his arm blown off. I don't know if you ever met him, Veneno.
I don't know. That's not familiar.
Yeah, he's an older cat, and he has his arm blown off, and I just started thinking about all these homeboys who got a disability for this, for this gang, and I go, man. So right there, that's when I said to myself, you know what, Alex? If I was a drug addict, hey, what's up, Southsider? I'm not a drug addict. I'm a damn gangster. I'm for one gang, and that's it. But you know what, Alex? You're fighting these 16 years in prison. If God gives you the opportunity to fight these 16 years and you come out of prison and go back and try to pump these youngsters up, give them a gun, just go back and shoot at these guys, our rival enemies, knowing that you're going to come back to prison or to the county jail, and these guys want you to get along with them. I said to myself, you know what, God, I'm done with this. I got to respect myself before anybody respects me. Because if I continue this life, I'm disrespecting myself. Unless I was a drug addict, I'll go along with these people, right? So that's when God came to my life. God, when I accepted it, I not only accepted it, besides accepting the truth that I've been dancing with the devil since I was 13 years old, that the devil made me think that this was real. It was all fake. So that's when God came to my life. When I was looking at 16 years, and I decided to respect myself before anybody respects me.
Amen.
Yeah.
Wow. And so you got hooked up with Father Greg Boyle, right?
That's correct. That's correct. Yeah. Remember, I had mentioned about this information about disability, and I got it from in the county jail when I was looking at 16 years. Mm-hmm. Well, they had mentioned to me too, and top it off, that was these guys were African American, bro, who gave me this information. Mm-hmm. And these Southsiders who wanted me to get along with my worst enemies, they wanted to put me against this African American that I never had problems with. And what happened was that, remember, I was in the hole when the cops threw me in the hole, and that's when I decided to respect myself. When the cop came to me, opened the door, and he's like, there was something funny about this cop, and I couldn't catch it in time. And this guy threw me in another cell, just threw me in there, slammed the door on me, and I heard behind me, damn cuz, damn blood. I go, wow. I turn out with a smile on my face because I know Bloods and Crips don't get along with each other, right? But what I noticed that this deputy sent me up in an 8-man cell with 7 African American. So I turn around, I go, man, and I go, what you mean, cuz, blood, right? And oh no, you gotta understand it. I go, you know what? You guys don't need to explain to me, man. I just got down with my own race. I'm tired. Let me go and lay down. As long as you guys respect me, as long as you guys don't say F you Mexicans, you guys can tackle that Southsider stuff. I'm not with that. And as long as you respect my gang, that is Lomas, I'm good with you guys. Well, I went and laid down, and I was very beat, right? So I lay there for a couple of days. I finally got up. These African Americans started telling me about the school called Foundation of Junior Blind, well, I didn't know nothing about. So they give me, they started telling me about Homeboy's industry, and I'm like, Homeboy's industry? Like, what is that about? Well, I started from there, from the county jail when, God was started putting this little puzzle to me, you know what I mean? You guys understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like he's putting all this in my face, but I'm trying to get it all in, and I was just like accepting like these guys who they want me to go against. They're giving me this information, bro. So I took it in, got that information, and I got on the payphone. I told these African Americans who were playing the part that they were blind, but all of course, they're just working the system, right, to get money, to get high with that petty money. To me, it's not a lot of money. $300 a month is not a lot. So I told them, where's the payphone at? They walked me to the payphone. I got myself a pay lawyer, and my pay lawyer took me in front of the judge, and I told the judge, you know what, I'm looking at these 16 years, and I got my information about some African American in here who are acting like they're blind, and me that I'm completely blind. This lady from Social Security judging me by my looks. Never gave me this information, Your Honor. And supposedly opportunity to go learn how to read with my fingers, how to use the computer that I'm right in front of, and learn how to walk with the cane. My cane was my gun, sir. You guys took that away from me. Supposedly I'm capable to learn how to cook, completely blind. And supposedly homeboy's industry that has been around since the 80s, since I was an active gang member, not once the system told me about this place. That judge by the name of Redang, I forgot his name. He has a difficult name. Tells me, Alex, it sounds like you know what you want in life. I'm gonna give you the opportunity, but if you do come back, I'm slapping the 16 years and as many years I can give you. And I told him, sir, I will never come back. I got out and I went to the Foundation Junior Blind where I learned how to walk with the cane, learned how to use the computer that I got right in front of me. I learned how to cook. Not only I learned how to cook, I learned how to read with little dots called Braille. And the system always said I was a dumb gang member who, I'm never going to accomplish to become nobody. And, the problem is I never had nobody sit down and teach me how to read and write. And here I am learning how to read and write by a blind lady who's been blind since birth. It's teaching me how to read and write, bro. So I learned all these things in the Foundation Junior Blind. And like I said a minute ago, she's the one who told me about Father Greg Boyle. And I had asked her, well, how would I be able to go see this man? And she said, the same teachers teaching you how to walk with the cane will take you there. I went to see Father Greg Boyle in 2007. And Father Greg Boyle goes, mijo, how about working for me as a motivational speaker? Of course, my education wasn't, I was never educated, right? So I was like, what the heck is a motivational speaker, sir? Well, son, tell your life story to these kids and I'll pay you $8 an hour. And I jumped up like a little kid. I said, give it to me. And then he goes, hold on, Alex, hold on. I know you sell drugs. I know you make money out on the streets. I know you collect money out there. How are you going to give up all that money for $8 an hour? Well, Father Greg Boyle, I'm going to take advantage of something I never had in my life. Please give it to me. And he gave me the opportunity as to work with him as a motivational speaker. Yeah.
Wow, amen.
Thank God, yeah.
And so you since then you're able to, well, I know you can't now because of COVID, but you've been able to go to juvenile halls, right, and camps and just share Jesus with these kids, no?
Yes. The way it happened, it was being at home is it's unbelievable. Like I'll be going out there and just the things that I would do as a motivational speaker, I also mentor these kids when I'm there with them. Like I'll see kids crying to me and, oh, you know what, my dad is the same like your dad, or something in my story hit them. And I got a bunch of kids just crying to me, telling me a bunch of stuff, and I'll be there. I'll be there until school was over, bro. Mentoring these kids one by one. So the rumor got around, and I started having people come from different areas looking for me at Homeboys. That also the probation came looking for me, and they invited me to go to the halls, to East Lake Juvenile Hall. This girl named Teresa, she was a probation officer. She came looking for me at Homeboys, and she asked me if I'd like to go and talk to some of her kids in juvenile hall. And of course, right? I just couldn't believe I was going to these places without shackles and handcuffs. And where I used to be at, I was shackled up and handcuffed, right? So here I am going, and she tells me, Alex, I brought you a few times. Now I need you to do the work. Well, what is it to do? She said, I need you to fill out this application and do the work. I'm gonna show me the way. And this probation officer by the name of Teresa showed me the way to actually get certified. It's called the Visto Badge ID. So I got my badge ID to go to all these facilities.
Awesome.
Yeah. And if we, as soon as this is done, Veneno, that's, you're willing to come with me, I'll bring you with me, Don.
Amen. Yeah, we talked about that, about going in, Lonnie, with going into juvenile halls and stuff. And Lonnie knows it. That's something that I've had interest in.
Yeah.
Going into juvenile halls or going into some of the camps. And I remember being there myself. And I remember people would come to visit us, whether they were, from a church or they're just regular people, secular, and they're not from a church, they're from some other organization. But just the fact that they would come and kind of just want to hang out with us and do stuff, made me feel good when I was in jail. But amen. And so now you're just kind of like, because of all this, because of coronavirus and stuff, you're just kind of waiting for that stuff to die down a little bit, hopefully, right? So you can go back and continue mentoring these kids, no?
Yeah, well, you know what? It's funny though, because being that we cannot go in there right now, right? But being that time that I was there, all these kids that they're coming out are coming looking for me. They come looking for me, and that's where I keep myself busy mentoring these kids through the phone. And I've been working with a few right now, and right there where we grew up in the city of Rosemead, getting them out of the crews and getting them jobs. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm keeping myself busy with that crowd and other crowds too.
Amen.
Yeah.
All right.
Giving them jobs at Homeboys Industry, bro, from the age of 15, 16 years old. As long as they're in school, I can give them a job at Homeboys Industry.
Awesome. Yeah, it gives them some hope.
Yeah, because a lot of these kids, they think they want to make money out on the streets, and I know how to make money, bro. So I break them down, like tell them, okay, what is that? What type of dope are you're selling? And then they tell me, okay, and I give them an example, and I go, look, let's say this is in my gang, right? This is in Rosemead. So this I tell them, okay, look, let's say I was still an active gang member, and let's say these $25 that you got that supposedly you're making, to me is nickels and dimes, right? And I go, if I was still active, I end up finding out you're selling in my neighborhood. Guess what? Those $20 are coming to my pocket, and I'm gonna leave you with that nickel. He said, what the heck? Hell yeah, that's all you're gonna have. Is that making money? Don't. I know you put it like that now, and I go, well, you know what? Thank God that God put you in my path, because a lot of my homeboys are still in prison, and if they don't get a hold of me and I give them the rundown what's going on in the barrio and stuff, they're gonna come and take advantage of you guys. Take advantage of you guys, and not only that, they might hurt you guys because you guys are claiming a crew in our barrio, and that's a no-no. So I end up telling these kids, look, you go to school, because a lot of these kids were not even in school, bro. So I got them in school, and I tell them, if I get you in school, Homeboys Industry will pay you $13 an hour, and nobody can take it from you. So I got these kids into school. I go out of my way to talk to the school and let them know that I'm trying to get them into school. As soon as I got them, I know they're enrolled in school, I can get them a job at Homeboys Industry, part time. So the school loved the idea of what I was doing, and of course, they can't give no information about kids, but knowing what I was doing, they give me the information. They give me the all the documents that I needed to get them started at Homeboys, and that was the ticket to get started at Homeboys Industry. So that's exactly.
Well, as we get ready to come to an end, one of the things that I'm hearing right now, this is just a thought, the thing that's coming to my mind is a lot of these kids that are on the streets, not just in Rosemead or South San Gabriel or even San Gabriel or Alhambra or where we grew up, but anywhere, man. A lot of these
Correct.
kids, they don't have hope. Some of them are, a lot of them, they're lost. They got no direction. There's no, solid family foundation to keep them on the up and up, the straight path, whatever you want to call it. And I see that God is using you as someone that gives them hope, especially when they see that you came from that lifestyle, you lived it, you didn't just talk, you had that experience, bro, and God broke you down right there in that jail cell when you said tears were coming from your eyes.
Yeah.
And now there's been a lot of kids, that have been able to hear your story, to get that hope, to start thinking like, you know what, man, I can change. I can get out of this lifestyle. I can get out of this neighborhood. I can get a job. I can do things that are right. I can do things that are good. I can contribute back to my back to my community. I can contribute back to my family. I can make my mom, my dad, whoever, I can make them proud again. It just takes someone like you to kind of be there by their side and just let them know that that there's hope. There's hope. You don't have to stay like this, man. And that's what I thank God for people like you, bro, that are able to do that. And a lot of people, when they get right with God and get their life together, are focused on just doing that, just kind of getting their life together. But what I've seen in you, and from your testimony sharing with Isaac, and then today, I see that you're just turning that around and you're putting all that energy back into these kids, because where that life is going to take them and stuff. And thank God for guys like you, man, that are there to stand in the gap and help these kids get back on track, man. Appreciate that, bro.
Thank you for those words, man. Yeah, but thank the man above me. I mean, the man above is just the one who put me here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Amen.
It's putting you guys too on the show. I like this.
Amen.
Amen. All right. So a lot of once this show is done, this interview is going to be on the internet forever. And there's going to be people that are going to be able to see it, tomorrow, next week, a month from now, a year from now, probably 5 years from now, hopefully 10 years from now. And those words that you speak are gonna echo into these people's minds, down the line and stuff. And so this is good, bro. I really appreciate you coming on the show and sparing some time right there and telling us your story. I know you can't see, but there's a lot of comments that have poured in, talking about some of the things that you said.
Powerful statement. Yeah. Angel, who grew up around that area, said, "Wow, when you said so blind before being blind." That is an amazing statement.
Yeah, that's the title I got on my brochure. I was blind before I became blind, and I was, because today I'm able to see, and I'm not able to see out of my eyes. I'm able to see out of my heart.
Amen.
Today I touched my heart. Before when I see out of my eyes, I see evil, bro. And I thank God He took that vision away from me, because it was bad.
Yeah.
Adrian Orozco said, "That's right, Alex. Much love, bro. Let your light shine."
Thank you, Trips. That's the homeboy Trips. Thank you, man. A guy who's walking with the Lord, and blessed to have him doing that.
Yeah. Amen.
Mike Mendez threw up some smiley faces because he was laughing at some of the comedy that was coming out earlier too. Mike, right? Well, Mike, man, I can't remember what they call him now.
Is that lazy?
Huh?
Is that lazy?
Lazy. There you go. What I'm tripping, man. Yeah, lazy.
Yeah, you know what? It's kind of funny though, because we've been in this neighborhood for so many years, and I barely got to know their names, their real names.
The real names, yeah.
And now that I changed my life around, and all that time that I was out there active with them, all we knew each other by their nicknames.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a trip, huh?
Yeah. It's crazy.
All right. One of my friends said, "Thank you for sharing your powerful testimony. God bless you."
Thank you. God bless you too, man.
Yeah. And then another friend of ours said, "Powerful statement," talking about that blind before being blind. And yeah, a lot of people showing a lot of love. So if you remember, Alex,
Yeah.
what I told you before the show, what we do at the end of the show,
Uh-huh.
and we do that, we call it the lightning round, where I ask you a series of questions, and you
Yeah.
just got to answer them off the top of your head. So
You know what?
there-
You know what? Hold on one second, David. You know
Yeah.
what? One awesome thing Alex doesn't have to experience. He can't see your awful lightning round graphic. That's
Right,
a
but he
beautiful. That's a beautiful thing, Alex. You'll be able to hear him, but you
Yeah.
won't be able to see how awful it looks. Oh man, so it's a beautiful thing, brother.
Hey, but you'll be able to hear it right now. You're going to hear this. It's like a little graphic I put together, and it says lightning round on it, and it sounds like lightning and thunder. You'll hear that, bro. You're gonna feel like you're in a storm right now. So you better get your umbrella.
But it looks awful. So be thankful that you can't see it.
All right, so I'm gonna play this little 5-second lightning round clip, and then we're gonna get into the series of questions. Here we go. Now, did you hear that lightning?
Yes, I
That
did.
thunder?
Yep.
Didn't you feel like you were in the middle of a storm?
Yeah, especially right now, I got my AC on. It's pretty cold in here, bro.
All right, bro. We're gonna start. Let me see. I'm trying to look for where are we at here? Hold on, my bad. I gotta look where I left off last time.
Well, lightning round questions, ladies and gentlemen. This is a time of the show where David gets to ask some awful questions, and I hope Alex doesn't get upset with him.
All right, here we go. Question number 1, Alex. What is your favorite hobby?
Working out.
Working out. What is one thing that annoys you the most?
David.
Actually, nothing, bro.
Huh?
Actually, nothing.
Nothing? Okay.
I got the patience today now. Before maybe, but now it's like I'm cool with everything.
Okay. Right.
Amen.
That's good. That's good. You just don't know Lonnie enough to that would change your answer if you knew my Lonnie a little bit more, bro. That's
Stick around, let me not forget it.
All right, next one. What is the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
Wow. Nothing, bro. Nothing
Like
really.
like tacos de lengua or anything?
Nah, shit. That's I got brought up with that, so
So it's
everything
not
is
strange.
yeah, everything's I haven't tried nothing that is out of normal, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Oh, you know what? Hey, shark. I never tried shark into now, and it was great.
Yeah,
Oh,
shark's
shark.
delicious.
Yeah, I got introduced to that not that long ago. Man, that was great.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Don't tell me it tastes like chicken.
Oh, it was. You know what, bro? It was good. It was good. We did it caldo. We fried it. We tried it in different ways. It was great.
And you had some too, Lonnie? You had shark before?
Oh yeah, I've had shark before. It's delicious.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Okay. What is your favorite thing about someone in your family?
Tell me that again.
What is your favorite thing about someone in your family?
Favorite thing, somebody in my family.
Yeah, what's your favorite thing about somebody in your family? About someone in your family. So pick someone in your family. Hopefully they're still around. What's your favorite thing about them?
My girl.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Can you describe yourself in 3 words?
Honest. Straight to the point. And humble.
Nice. All right. If you could trade your life with anyone for one day, who would it be?
For one day.
Yeah.
You can pick me if you want.
I traded for one day. I would trade it to some of my homeboys still out there running around.
Okay. If you could talk in your sleep, what would you be saying?
Thank God.
Thank God. All right.
I'm able to do this in my sleep.
All right. What is the first thing you do when you get up in the morning?
Now I get up and I thank God and I put music of God. That's how I started my day.
Nice. All right. Let me see. What would you do on Mars for fun?
What I would do in Mars for fun?
Yeah, if you were able to go to Mars, what would you do for fun? Hey, that's the question, bro. I'm just reading it like it is.
It's not a very good question.
I'll try to braille it. With my 10 fingers. On my 10 fingers.
Yeah, see, we've all seen pictures. We've all seen pictures of Mars, and it looks like you can just kind of feel it and see what it's saying, right?
Correct.
All right.
That's the way I picture that right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Last question.
Yeah.
Where is the worst place you could get stuck?
On the DL connection.
Worst place. The worst place you can get stuck. In the neighborhood. Yeah.
You're right. Good answer.
Be stuck in the neighborhood. I believe that's where. Yeah.
Okay. All right, man. Well, Alex, we want to thank you very much on behalf of Lonnie and myself for being part of the show, being
Definitely.
able to come on. Your girlfriend for helping us get you hooked up on with the internet and getting online and stuff. And we appreciate you sharing your story and blessing us with that, bro. So, people, if you anyone that's listening right now, or anyone that may be listening in the future, you might know someone that's stuck out there in gangs, maybe drugs, in and out of jail, that kind of lifestyle. Just know from Alex's story that there's hope. There's God is real. God can change, and keep pouring hope into your family members. Keep pouring hope into those kids you see running around. Keep pouring hope into their into these kids' lives. So, Alex, we want to thank you again, and like I said earlier, just hold on tight. We're gonna bring you back on after. We'll just say that the last things right now. So. All right, Alex. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, brother. God bless, man.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Hold on tight. Don't go nowhere.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for tuning in. That was our brother Alex, just sharing a little bit about his life. And as you can see, God can change anybody's life. Doesn't matter what you go through, and doesn't matter how you've lived. So if you just put your trust and your hope into the Lord, then you can definitely get changed too. So until next time, we will see you then. It's already going to be September coming up. Time is flying. It's crazy. We're already in the last month of August, last day of August. And, we'll see how long God wants to keep David on this show before we find a new host. And the way those lightning round questions are going, it might be pretty soon. We might have to get rid of this guy really soon. So get suited and booted, Angel. You might be the next one stepping up.
Angel's on this show. That's what he wants, bro. He wants the power. He wants the power that I possess.
Okay. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, we'll see you again next Monday, 7 p.m., Facebook and YouTube Live. We thank you for tuning in. If you tuned in after our Monday and you're listening to it throughout the week, we definitely appreciate that. Please share it with a friend if someone wants to hear this testimony. And if you guys need prayer, any comments, anything, you want to come on our show, send us a message, send us an email. We love you guys. God bless.
Peace.
You have just tuned into the greatest podcast on the planet, the DL Connection. Keep talking, keep rocking with the best. Until next time, stay safe and stay blessed.